Guys, welcome to Money Law classes. Today we are going to talk about how to prepare for critical listening for CLAT 2021. Now, CLAT is a very important examination for law entrance, as you are well aware about it. And the critical listening is one of the most important sections of this examination. So, what is the best way to prepare for this? Now, let us talk about it. Let us first talk about the syllabus. To clear any examination, you need to know about the syllabus. So syllabus is the most basic thing which requires to clear the examination. Because if you don't know the syllabus, you can't prepare in the right way, and if you can't prepare in the right way, you cannot clear an examination. So the very first thing is syllabus. Now, as per the pattern changed in 2020, we can classify the syllabus of critical reasoning into following sections like passage-based questions, cause and effect, cubes and dices, a deductive reasoning, a statement analysis, puzzles, order and ranking, sitting arrangement, a statement assumption, a statement conclusion, syllogism, a statement argument, and assertion reason. Right? Out of all these questions, the passage-based questions are the most important ones. As you know that they are normally asking 30 questions on this or from this section. They are going to ask you 30 questions from the critical reasoning section, right? Out of those 30 questions, they have asked 25 questions which were based on passages. They have asked how many questions? 25 questions which were based on passages. So passage-based questions are very important to us. Now, there is a big difference between the passages which are asked in this examination and the passages which are put in the reading comprehension section. The passages for the critical reasoning are generally short, about 300 words, right? Whereas the passages in the RC are much larger. So they will give you a small passage, and on the basis of that passage, they might give you 5 different questions, and you have to answer all those questions, right? Now, always remember one thing: in most of the cases, 3 to 4 questions are always easy. One question is tricky, and one question is generally time consuming. So, if you are able to answer 3 to 4 questions at one go, then don't spend an extra time on question number 5, as it can affect your chances of solving other questions. That is very important. So whenever you find a question which is, you may say, time consuming or which feels difficult to solve, then move on. Don't spend extra time on that question. That is very important, right? Now, one very important thing: what are the forms of critical reasoning? In general, we can say that there are 3 forms of a critical reasoning. First one is called reasoning by analogy. Now, reasoning by analogy means here we explain one thing by comparing it with something else which is similar in nature but also different. In a good analogy, the similarity overweights the dissimilarity and is clarifying, right? So, the first form of critical reasoning is reasoning by analogy, right? It means the reasoning which is based on similarity, right? Second one is a deductive reasoning. That a deductive reasoning is normally applied in a condition when we apply the principle to a situation. For example, suppose every person has human rights and you are a person, then you have human rights. Like every other person. Now here you have the human right because all the individuals have or all the humans have the human right. So when we use this concept, when something is applicable on the group, that's why it is also applicable on the individual who is a part of the group. It is called a deductive reasoning. It means if something is applicable on or if universal in nature, then that will be also be particular in nature. So that is called a deductive reasoning. Now, inductive reasoning involves providing evidence to support a hypothesis. The greater the evidence for hypothesis, the more we may rely on it, right? The fact that there is mounting evidence that the burning of fossil fuel is having a detrimental effect on global climate, for example, is used to substantiate the argument that we have a moral duty to reduce carbon emission, right? We have a moral duty to reduce the carbon emission, right? Why? Because the burning of fossil fuel releases carbon and which has a detrimental effect on the environment, right? Now, again, here is a very important carbon in atmosphere is not always harmful to us. We normally say carbon dioxide is an evil necessity. Now, always remember this thing. The carbon dioxide is an evil necessity. It means we cannot survive without carbon dioxide. If carbon dioxide is not present in the atmosphere, the temperature of Earth would be about minus 18 degrees centigrade. Whereas the presence of carbon dioxide in atmosphere keeps it at about plus 15 degrees centigrade. It means the presence of carbon dioxide in atmosphere makes the Earth habitable. But when the amount of CO2 increases, it is going to affect our environment. It is going to affect our climate, and which in turn is going to affect our life, and which already is affecting our life actually, right? We are regularly seeing the changes in the pattern of the rainfall. We are seeing more and more cases of forest fire. We are seeing the changes in the uh, use of the land resources, right? We are seeing the changes in the sea level, and all these things are related to global warming. Now, global warming is related to the release of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and the release of carbon dioxide is related to the burning of fossil fuel, right? But one important thing is here that not all release is harmful, as some part of that is also useful to us. So in that case, it is not talking about the each and every aspect. It is talking about only the limited aspect. So it is inductive in nature, right? Suppose nowadays we are as a society, as a country, suffering from coronavirus. We are suffering from an epidemic, right? And suppose a study is being conducted, and they found that they have conducted a study on about suppose 1,000 people, and they found that in 800 people, the 617 strain, which is the British strain, is more dominant. And on the basis of that, they can say that the current pandemic is due to the 617 variant, right? Now, this type of argumentation is based on inductive reasoning. So whenever something is based on sample, it is called inductive reasoning. So now we know that there are three forms of critical reasoning. First one is reasoning by analogy. Second one is a deductive reasoning. Third one is inductive reasoning, right? Now, let us talk about the pattern of the class. That is very important. From 2020, there is a major change in the pattern of the critical reasoning in the class. Out of 30 questions, as I have already discussed with you, 25 were based on the short passage. The remaining 5 were based on the traditional reasoning like a statement conclusion, a statement assumption, coding, puzzle, etc. Right? So now you see that the passages based questions are very important for the class. And one very important thing about the passage that they have asked passage in almost each and every section. But there is a big difference between the passage of the RC and the passages here. Because here the questions are more of the a logical nature and not like you may say straightforward questions. Most of the questions were logical in nature, right? So we have to think about it in a different way. We have to attempt the questions in a different way. Now, whenever you see a passage, always read the questions first, especially in the CR section. I'll advise you to read the questions first. If you read the questions first, you'll get an idea that what you have to find into the passage, right? Now, there is an important thing. If they say inference and if they say conclusion, then both are different things. We'll discuss about it. Take a look at a few questions from 2020 paper. This question says, which alternative applies to the following statement and assumption? So you may say that is a question from the statement assumption. The statement is, go by aeroplane to reach Delhi from Chennai quickly. And the assumption is, Chennai and Delhi are connected by air services. There is no other means to commute from Chennai to Delhi, and the air distance between Delhi and Chennai is less. Now, the options are only one is implicit, 1 and 2 are implicit, 1 and 3 are implicit, only 2 is implicit. These are the 4 questions. Now, if you take a look at the question, and it is based on the statement assumption, so you need to understand what is an assumption, right? Now, what is an assumption? I'm not going to into the details. I'm just telling you the basic of it. An assumption is something which is supposed to be true if the conclusion which is based on the assumption is true, right? So, and the assumption can either be implicit into the statement or can be explicit. So, if the assumption is explicit, it is false. If it is implicit, then only it can be true. Now, the person is going to Chennai from Delhi by aeroplane, right? It means Delhi and Chennai are connected by air services. So the first one is implicit. Now, into the statement, nothing is said about the other means of transportation. They have not said about the road transportation or any other means of transportation. So the second one is not implicit. What about the third one? The air distance between Delhi and Chennai is less. Now you know that the air distance is always the straight line distance, and the straight line distance between any 2 points is always the smallest one, right? So obvious, the third one is also implicit. So our answer will be 1 and 3rd. First and third are implicit. So our answer is C. But to solve these questions, we need to know about the basics of the statement assumption, right? Now, we'll talk about it in a few minutes. Now the next thing. Next question. Ananya and Krishna can speak and follow English. Bulbul can write and speak Hindi as Archana does. Archana talks with Ananya in Bengali. Now, if Archana talks with Ananya in Bengali, it means both know Bengali. Krishna cannot follow Bengali. Bulbul talks with Ananya in Hindi, who can speak and follow English, Hindi, and Bengali. Right? The question is who can speak and follow English, Hindi, and Bengali. Right? Now, this type of question is called puzzle-based questions. Right? In puzzle-based questions, they are going to give you three different type of information. First one is the secondary useful information, which is not present here. The second one is the direct information. Third one is negative information. And then there will be some indirect information. But for the puzzle, especially for this section, I'll advise you to do one thing. Never read the question first. Always read the statements in the puzzle first, right? And then try to create a diagram for that or a table for that. If you are able to create the table in the correct way, you can easily answer the question based on that table. So never spend time on reading the question if a question of a puzzle is given, right? Now, the puzzle is not only important for CLAT, but it is also important for IELTS. For example, the 2020 IELTS paper consisted 7 questions based on puzzle, right? So there was one puzzle and 7 questions were based on it. So you can understand how much important it is. Now, I'll advise you one thing. Never read the questions first in case of puzzle. But in case of passage, always read the questions first, right? I think now you understand what I want to say. That in case of puzzles, never read the questions first. And in case of passages, always start by reading the question. Second thing, in case of a puzzle, always try to arrange the given information into tabular form, right? And once your table will be ready, you'll be able to answer the questions based on the puzzle. The third question is based on the coding, right? Now, in this type of coding, you have to follow the basic method of comparing the things. It is actually based on the reasoning of analogy. Just take a look. 367 means I am happy. 748 means you are sad. And 469 means happy and sad. The first and third, if you'll compare the first and third statement, you'll find that the term happy is common, right? And the common number is 6. So the code for happy is 6. So this type of question is based on the reasoning of analogy. Is it clear? Sure. So now you know that what type of questions they are asking. So what is the best way to answer these questions? And what should be our resources for that? That is important. We must know about the resources which are required to prepare for this examination. So now the next phase. What are the best books and resources to prepare for CLAT? So you can opt for Booklet of Critical Reasoning by Manu Law Classes. The Manu Law Classes has developed a booklet especially for the critical reasoning for the students who are preparing for the CLAT and IELTS. And that booklet is very thorough in nature. It covers all the details, all parts of the syllabus, and it consists of the questions which are of different types. Like you may say some easy questions which are ready to prepare you, and there will be some medium level questions which are required to improve your skills, and then there will be some difficult ones which are required to for the betterment of your skills, right? Then another book is the R.S. Agrawal, Analytical and Logical Reasoning by R.S. Agrawal, and Verbal Reasoning by R.S. Agrawal. Now, if you are preparing for any examination, then These two books are the most basic books. If you want to start from the very basic thing, then I think these two are the most important books. And then there is a book of Analytical Reasoning by M.K. Pandey. Now, this book is a classic. This book is really a classic. This book consists of uh, different shortcuts, but this book is more useful to you if you have some basic knowledge of the reasoning, right? So these are the best books and resources which are required to answer the logical reasoning section, especially the non-passive portion, right? Especially the non-passive portion. Is it clear? So now we are moving for the passage one. To prepare for the passage section, you need to read a few newspapers and magazines like the Hindu, the Indian Express, the Times of India, Business Today, Down to Earth, Outlook, The Week, Frontline, etc. These are the newspapers and magazines from where they are taking the passages, right? So, if you are a regular reader of these newspapers and magazines, then you can easily identify the words, the phrases which are used into the passage and their basic meaning, right? These, I'll advise you to read either Hindu or Indian Express on daily basis, right? And there will be a few more things. Down to Earth is a monthly magazine you can use. And one very important thing that all these magazines are now, all these magazines and newspapers are now available in the digital platform, in the digital form. All these are available on digital platform. So if you are living somewhere where you are not getting these newspapers and magazines, then you don't need to be panicked. Don't panic. If you have a smartphone, you can easily access all these. And make a habit to read either the Hindu or the Indian Express on daily basis. That is very important. Try to read one or two magazines like Down to Earth, Outlook, Week, or Frontline. Now, here the Down to Earth is very different from all others because it is basically a magazine which is based on the environmental concerns, which always talks about the environment, right? So it is basically an environmental magazine. So it not only talks about the environment, but it also talks about the social issues which are related to the environment. It is again a very good magazine to prepare for any examination. And the reading of these newspapers and magazines will not only help you in this section, but also in the GK section. So that will be a plus point for you, right? That will be a plus point for you. Now, we need to know what to read. But before that, I'm going to show you a question which is based on the passage. So just take a look at this passage. Right, it's about the COVID and it's taken from the Down to Earth magazine. Right, it is taken from which magazine? Down to Earth magazine. Is it clear? Now, the next thing. Just take a look at the question. Which of the following is the main idea behind the passage? The first question is about the main idea. Now, this type of questions they are also asking the RK section. So it is a very common question, right? Now, second question, which of the following can be inferred from the passage above? Now, the inference. Inference is basically logical in nature. Finding inference is basically logical in nature. Now, what is the inference? And how can we identify the inference or how can we find the inference? When we combine the facts given into the passage or the statement with our assumptions, then that combination gives of the inference. Now, inference is very much different from the conclusion because inference is generic in nature, whereas conclusion is specific in nature, right? Conclusion only uses the facts, whereas the inference also uses the assumptions. So it is very important. Now, one more thing, which we always miss during our preparation or during our examination, is that inference is the only topic into the logical reasoning where the empirical knowledge or your common sense can also be used. But in all other topics, you cannot use the common sense. You have to follow only the given information in the question to arrive at a conclusion, right? So that is important. So which of the following can be inferred from the passage above? We'll go through the passage, we'll find this. Now, these are some other questions. Now, this part is very important. What to read from the magazines and newspapers? Now, if you are reading a newspaper, then apart from the headings on the first page, always read the editorial page. Complete. I'll advise you to read the editorial page with full focus. And one more thing, try to rewrite the editorial and the articles which are given on the editorial page. Right? That will help you in finding the conclusions based on the passage, finding the inference, and sometimes finding the main idea question. So not only read the editorials and the matter or the articles available on the editorial page, but also try to rewrite those articles, those editorials in your own words, and try to put a different heading for those editorials and those articles. That will help you a lot in answering questions which are based on the passage, especially in the critical thinking section. That is very important, right? Then you have to go through the cover stories of the magazines and then the special features of the magazines. So what you have to read? You have to read first the editorial from the newspaper. Second thing, the articles on the editorial page, international pages, economic articles, and the headlines. It means the front page, right? And what you have to read into the magazines, you have to read into the magazines the cover stories and their special features, if there are any, into the magazine, right? So now I'm going to summarize all these things. So if you want to do good into the critical reasoning section, you need to improve your critical reasoning skills, and this can be done by two different ways, or you may say by integrating two different methods. The one is improving your skills into the logical reasoning section, and for that purpose you can use different books, the different guidebooks, right? Like the critical reasoning booklet by Manula class, the R.S. Agrawal book, or the M.K. Pandey book. And the second part, by improving your reading comprehension skills, and that can be done by reading out the newspapers and news magazines, right? One important thing, that most of the passages which you will find into the CLAT examination will be based on the opinion. So those passages will be mainly opinion based, or you may say opinion oriented. So you have to focus on that too. So what you have to read from the magazines and newspapers, you have to read the editorials, the articles on the editorial pages, right? And from the magazines, the cover stories, which are very important for you, and if there are some any special features, if there are some incidents, then about those incidents, because they are going to ask you something. They will pick those passages which are normally in news, right, guys? Now I'm going to conclude this YouTube session. We'll talk about it into the next sessions also. All the very best to all of you. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay indoors, and follow the COVID protocol. That is very important to us. Okay, guys.